This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. For I think that the Most High has set forth us, the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. Right, so back in the ancient world, the Lord had sent the apostles out unto death, and they thought it was end of times back then, to wake up the Gentile foreigners, man, to wake up the strangers, man. And now today, the apostles was given that same lot. So like, yeah, that word spectacle means, it's a Greek word, theatron, which means a place in which games are dramatic and spectacles are exhibited. A man who is exhibited to be gazed at and made sport of. Right, so these people don't take the prophet serious, man. They take this as a game. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 6. It says, "Howbeit, we speak wisdom among them that are perfect." Right, so why they too busy taking us as a game and shit, the only reason why they can't understand, because the Lord only giving it to his elect, to the perfect, man. Yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world. Right, that's why they don't take it serious. That come to naught. The princes of this world that come to naught, man, your so-called leaders, they come to nothing. Because as the Lord continues to bring down the society, you're going to find out that all the information that they have is going to fail you. It says, sorry. Okay. Alright, this is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8. It says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Right, man, so these people can't even comprehend or even understand what the Lord is talking about when we out there preaching his word, man. It says, "For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it." Right, so whatever the whatever the Lord said this word was going to do, man, it was going to do, man. Alright, this is Isaiah chapter 56, verse 1. "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, keep ye judgment, and do justice, for my salvation is near to come." Right, and the Lord was talking to his prophets, man. For salvation is near to come. It says, "My righteousness to be revealed." Right. "Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil." Right, and an example of evil is what you see Nate Satan them doing, man. They perverting the gospel, perverting the doctrine, man. They're not the apostles. They're not trying to wake up the elect of Israel, man. "Neither let the son of the stranger that have joined himself to the Lord speak, saying, the Lord hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree." Right, because you're supposed to feed them with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to get them ready for the days that's coming, the day of battle. It said, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto the eunuchs that keep my Sabbaths, and choose the things that please me, and take hold of my covenant, the law, statutes, and commandments, even unto them will I give in mine house and within my walls a place and a name better than of sons and of daughters. I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off. Right, that's in the kingdom of heaven, man. Also, the sons of the strangers that join themselves to the Lord, the Israelite foreigners, to serve him and to love the name of the Lord. Right, that's going back to the Gentiles, man. To be his servants, every one that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and take hold of my covenant, even them will I bring to my holy mountain, and make them joyful in mine house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon mine altar, for mine house shall be called an house of prayer for all people. Right, and it's going back up into Matthew's, man, when Yahushua was on the scene. Get that. This is Matthew chapter 21, verse 9. It says, and the multitudes that went before and that followed cried, saying, Hosanna, the son of David. Right, the son of David is talking about Yahushua, because Yahushua came through that line, man. Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord Yahweh, Hosanna in the highest. It says, and when he was come into Jerusalem, all the city was moved, saying, who is this? And the multitude said, this is Yahushua, the prophet of Nazareth of Galilee. And Yahushua went into the temple of the Most High, and cast out all them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers and the seats of them that sold doves, and said unto them, it is written, my house shall be called the house of prayer, but ye have made it a den of thieves. And that's talking about your sellouts today, man. They make merchandise of the church, man. It says, and the blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he healed them. And when the chief priests and scribes saw the wonderful things that he did, and the children crying in the temple and saying, Hosanna to the Son of David, they were sore displeased. Right, and these so-called false prophets, Creflo Dollar and them, Nate Satan them, they see what's going on, man, and they see that Yahushua is raising his men up, man. So they're gonna be displeased, man. Just like how they was displeased back then when the word came out. Now the word coming out again, and they still displeased. So now they're gonna try to persecute the prophets. Oh, this is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6. It says, Howl ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is at hand. Right, man, going back to the Pharisees and scribes, man, they getting offended because they not here to, wake up the elect. They're here to keep this society going, man. And we living in the day of the Lord. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Right, the Lord going to destroy this place, man, destroy America. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. Right, because they're not going to be of the elect. They're going to be that terrified. And they shall be afraid. See, pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one to another. Their faces shall be as flame, because ultimately they're going to be hit by thermonuclear fire. Behold, the day of the Lord Yahweh will come cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Alright, and that's talking about our people, man. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it off the face of the earth, saying that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord, Yahweh. Right, so the elect going to be spared, man, and 2/3 going to be cut off, right along with all the rest of these people that's going to be left in America. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as a corn is sifted in a seed, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Right, and that's why the word was published, man, so the elect can wake up from all these nations, because the only way the elect was going to wake up was through the word, man. It said, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Right, and that's what's going to happen to 2/3, man. And that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. And that's talking about GMS, man. The Lord raising up the tabernacle of David, man. It says that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen, which are called by my name, said the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, that doeth this. Right, and we're going to possess the remnant of Edom, man. We're going to possess Edom's lands, man. Right along with the rest of the heathens, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. Right, so the Lord gonna fuck Esau up, man. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger. Right, and the Lord gonna use his people to fuck Edom up, man. It says, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger, and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord Yahweh. Thus said the Lord power, because the Philistines have dealt by revenge and taken vengeance. Yeah. It says, thus said the Lord Yahweh, because the Philistines have dealt by revenge and have taken vengeance with a despiteful heart to destroy it for the old hatred. Therefore, thus said the Lord power, behold, I will stretch out my hand upon the Philistines. That's some Africans, man. And I will cut off the Cherethims and destroy the remnant of the seacoast. And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. Right, man? So you heathen gonna get it, man, once Yahweh shall give us that spiritual power, man. And that's it for the lesson. All praise to Yahweh Shai. The Lord waking up his people, man. At one point in time, we all was Gentiles. Just like back in the day, they was being called Gentiles, which they took on other customs and other like names, man. They was calling themselves Greeks. Just like today we call ourselves African Americans. So on and so forth with the rest of the tribes, man. But double honors to the elders. Salutations to the brothers that's doing the true sincerity. Shalom.